What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky back with all the news after week 13 of our Los Angeles Crusaders franchise, with the Crusaders stomped on the Houston Texans in a big victory against the other top team in the AFC. Granted, there can be an argument for the Broncos being there without the injury to Chaz Jenkins. However, in this scenario was the Texans. They went into that game 10-1, much like the Crusaders, and the Crusaders pulled out a very, very good victory. The defense just completely took the Texans offense out of the game, and that was a huge reason why we won. Now, we do have some things to change today. We are going to mess with the sliders a little bit. I've been listening to the comments. You know, like I tell you guys, I do read the comments. I've been listening, and I agree. Some changes need to be made, so we will be making some of those changes here today. Man, I like Harris, dude. I like him he's one of my favorite backup players. Like, he doesn't play a whole lot, but when he does, man, he makes plays. Like, he's a great linebacker to have. I'm actually going to continue to put some time into it, you know. He's been giving me quite a lot, so we'll give him some back and share the wealth, you know. Let's go ahead and move forward, though. Let's see what news stories we got going on. And let's see. Oh, wow, the 49ers and the Eagles are playing, two of the best teams. All right, that should be a good one for sure. Draft stories. DeJuan Klein completely shuts down star wide receiver that thing, Simmons, in a close win for LSU. I'm pretty sure we've already done that. I could be wrong. I don't know. I think we've done that one. That looks familiar. We now have the third best offense and the third best defense in the NFL. Things are looking good. The Broncos do have Chaz Jenkins back. Stuart Denny, he did come back at the end of that last game. And we currently have no injuries. We've been very, very lucky in that regard this season. Sometimes we get hit by the bug. I think it was one of the first seasons we had. We just got destroyed by injuries. But lately we haven't been dealing with all that much. All right, so changes. Run blocking. We're going to take this down. I've had a lot of, you know, running is getting a little bit easy. Granted, we have the best running back in the NFL, in my opinion, and one of the best offensive lines. But I do still want it to be a little bit more challenging in that regard. People have asked to put our interceptions up. I agree with that. Our team doesn't really get many interceptions, and we tend to drop quite a bit. Everything else in terms of us, I am pretty okay with. I might move QB accuracy up just 2, because Stuart Denny's a 99 overall, and he's throwing some wild passes here and there. On the other side of the ball, what I'm going to do is, look, pass blocking's all the way up. I can't do much. Guys, I'm going to have to lower the pass defense reaction time. Honestly, I'm not a good enough quarterback to compete. I'm just going to throw way too many interceptions with the current slider setting, and I want the game to be challenging. You know, I'm trying to make run blocking more difficult. I'll even move it down a little bit more. I don't want to pass it all over defenses. I just don't want to throw 3 interceptions a game, and quite honestly, I'm just not. I want to keep the interceptions at 60. I'm just going to decrease the coverage a little bit. And a lot of that is I'm just not that good of a quarterback. I'm really not. And as you guys know. So I'm going to decrease it just to kind of balance that out a little bit to match my skill level. Hopefully that works. Again, I don't want a situation where I'm throwing all over any defense. But I do want it to be challenging. But not to the point where I'm just gonna end up with a 80 interception season or something ridiculous like that. So we're gonna change it a little bit. We'll see if that works. You know, we might have to continue to play with it before we get to the playoffs and adjust it. But anyway, Ronald Mitchell, 25 of 35, 259 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Jimmy Ward with 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. Dante Hightower, 4 tackles, 2 interceptions for him. And Teddy Bridgewater, 28 of 36. 323 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions now on the Dolphins. It's pretty crazy to see how much things change around. Pro Bowl or yearly awards, Derek Carr leading the way, Colin Kaepernick number 2. These guys are playing this week. So the best AFC teams played last week. The best NFC teams are playing this week. DeJon Galvin number 3, Blake Bortles 4, Andy Dalton 5, Brian Vasquez 6, Stuart Denny at number 7, Johnny Manziel 8, AJ McCarron 9. He really struggled against us though. And Khalil Mack at number 10. We'll also check out the stats a little bit from our division here. And again, the interceptions, they need to come down. I'm not going to get any better. I think we all know this at this point. 22 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Definitely a down year for Stuart Denny. We played a lot better last season. Devin Golden, 8 rushing touchdowns for him. On over 1,000 yards now. We're just looking at our team right now. We'll look at the rest of this league next week, or week after, whenever. We'll check out our division and league stuff later on. Jesus King, 136 carries, 640 yards for him, 4.7 yards a carry and 4 touchdowns. Weisler Moats, 31 carries, 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. A lot of people getting touchdowns. We really should start running it more with Stuart Denny. I was trying to run when he got injured last week. 6 touchdowns on 8 carries for Chauncey Green. I'm loving him in goal line situations, man. He has been a lot of fun to use. Shakir Gayton leads our team in catches with 48. Keaston Mack and Julius Baker with 37 apiece. Kav Moody with 33. Chase Cross down there with 17. But if you look at the touchdowns, they're very even. 5 for Julius Baker, 4 for Gayton and Moody, and Chase Cross, and 3 for Keaston Mack. I do kind of like how our touchdowns are spread out a little bit. Any player can step up on any game, which I enjoy. 20 sacks for Khalil Mack, 11 for McCown, 9 for Keegan Gibson, 6 for Bola Asante, the rookie, and the rest. I really have not been using, I did not use a single defensive play last week. So, and I will say, even before that, our sacks, they seem to be hit and miss. We have been getting a little bit more realistic numbers this season. Obviously, they're not realistic before somebody flips out, that's not realistic at all, blah, blah. No, I know. I get it. It's not. But it is a little bit better than what we've been seeing in past. We had 4 sacks last game. And we've had a few games like that where we've only gotten 2, 3, 4, somewhere around there, as opposed to 9 or 10, which happens every once in a while still. Interceptions, we're really not doing a whole lot here. I mean, granted, I can't complain. We got quite a bit. I would like to see a little bit more, at least one player kind of step up and get a lot. So we did increase that just a wee bit. We'll see how that turns out. Khalil Mack forcing 4 fumbles, recovering 2. Touchdowns. 2, 1 for Zeke Hickman, 1 for Deshae Campbell. We also got a safety. Keegan Gibson did that. We did miss our first kick with Chuck Vaughn, so he's now 15 to 16. It was a 54-yarder. Probably should have made it. Didn't get the power bar all the way up. Is what it is. Marquette King having another good season. Chase Cross contributing as well. And that is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in Week 14 as the Crusaders get ready to take on their division opponent, the San Diego Chargers. Later.